Welcome back. We are now weighing in about a few diet controversies. Joining me today is someone I've known online for like 4 years.
Yep, a long
and
time.
I never met in real life. Sahar Aker, she is the owner, proprietor, writer of Fat Fighter TV.
Yes.
Which is one of my favorite websites that you've got all kinds of diet news and health news and videos, and it's one of my favorites.
I did not know it was one of your favorites.
Absolutely. I forget which websites I'm going to go to. I'm a random monkey when it comes to Googling, but yours is, I check every day. And also, Brittany Gibbons, my favorite center square, is here, and her site's also, I would say, the same thing. Curvy Girl, I check every day. I check Curvy Girl, and then on Sundays, I always check barefootfoodie.com.
That makes sense.
Sundays, your posts are crazy. So we are going to be talking a few diet controversies. The one that has blown up in the last couple of days is this feeding tube to lose weight, and it's sort of to get in shape for, I guess, brides. But take a look at this package from ABC's Young Denise on the feeding tube diet.
It is that moment of truth, slipping into a wedding gown for that dream day. But as many brides on Say Yes to the Dress will tell you, there is this real fear.
I just don't want to look fat.
That's exactly how Jessica Snyder says she felt with a June wedding approaching, and 10 pounds she says she couldn't lose. She was desperate for a quick fix.
I don't have all the time of the planet just to focus, and I want to have a day to exercise. So I said, you know what, I came to the doctor, I saw the diet, I said, you know, why not?
Hello.
But the diet she tried was no ordinary calorie counting program. Jessica says she went extreme, spending 8 days on a feeding tube, part of an increasingly popular but somewhat controversial program called the KE Diet, which promises to help you shed 20 pounds in just 10 days.
It's a very effective diet. It's a hunger-free diet.
Dr. Oliver DePietro showed us how it works. Dieters insert a feeding tube into their nose, which runs to the stomach. They're fed a constant slow drip of protein and fat mixed with water, 0 carbs, totaling 800 calories a day. Dr. DePietro says body fat is burned off through a process called ketosis, which leaves muscle intact.
Your hunger and appetite go away completely, so patients are absolutely not hungry at all for the whole 10 days.
DePietro says patients are under a doctor's supervision, though they're not hospitalized. Instead, they carry a food solution with them in a bag like a purse, keeping the tube in their nose for 10 days straight. And DePietro says there are few side effects.
The main side effects are bad breath. There is some constipation because there's no fiber in the food.
Jessica says she was never hungry, but still, it wasn't easy.
Emotionally, difficult. And sometimes I had to give explanations to people. Oh, Jessica, what's up with you? Are you sick? Are you dying? I said, no, I'm not sick. I'm not dying. I'm fine.
The KE diet is new to the U.S., but has been around for years in Europe. Dr. DePietro charges $1,500 for the 10-day plan and says these before and after pictures sell themselves. Critics warn that losing too much weight too fast can be dangerous, and ultimately it won't last. Dr. DePietro says people with kidney issues should avoid the KE diet. Doctors also say with so much pressure on brides to be perfect, it's easy to understand why this kind of rapid weight loss might seem appealing, but may not be healthy.
If you lose the weight too quickly, your mind is not going to be able to catch up with the newer, skinnier you.
Jessica says she kept her tube in for 8 days, skipping the last 2 days because she'd already lost the 10 pounds she wanted.
I'm happy because those 10 pounds went off fast, without hunger.
So far, she's kept it off and is looking forward to her big day this summer.
Really? Okay.
That's
So,
awful.
awful, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so 800 calories a day is what you're getting. In
Right.
terms of grossness, you would rather have someone poke you in the eye than stick
Right,
up
I
your
couldn't,
nose.
I couldn't even watch the part where they were putting it in her nose.
I know. I mean, who would want that?
I would
Who
like to
want that?
never willingly put anything in my nose.
Right, good girl, because cocaine also. Not
Not a good idea.
Nothing goes in, everything comes out.
That's right.
All right, so then the other aspect is it's 800 calories a day, which is not really enough.
I mean, they say you need at least 1,200 to get all the nutrients you
Right.
need. So how in the world 800? That's like starving yourself.
It is. They're paying $1,500 to just barely starve themselves.
Well, you said it is first world
It's
problem.
a first world problem. I mean, really, come on. I mean, I really want to just not eat food anymore so I can look pretty in a really expensive wedding dress.
So
Right.
I'm gonna put it up my nose.
It's just, but what is it? I mean, ew.
Who thought of this?
They say it's in Europe.
Unfortunately, not me. Because I'm making a killing right now.
You're making a killing starving people.
I know.
It's just so, you just like, there has to be a better way.
There are
really
there
sad.
are better ways.
Right.
I think this is just a really kind of desperate fad of like.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
really
your
sad.
husband asked you to marry you. He knows what you look like.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
Number one.
So
Right.
I mean,
He's good with you.
is he like I'd like you if you would stop eating for
And
10
stick a
days
tube up your nose. And carry a bag of nutrition
Exactly, yeah.
on your hip like a purse.
It's attractive. It's attractive.
It's a turn on.
Diet and exercise is too boring, so
Yeah.
you gotta
Right.
come up with something else, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, and now ketosis is one of the ways that they talk about work. And that's a controversial thing too. I've been in ketosis when I've been on low carb diets, and I mean, bought the sticks and done the
You
thing.
can get there without starving.
You can get,
yourself.
I mean,
not-
yeah, I mean, you can severely limit your carbs and you're going to get into the ketosis phase of a diet, and if that's what you want or not. I mean, can be done without $1,500. Just buy a
Right.
bunch of bacon and cheese and eat it for 2 weeks. And either way, I wouldn't recommend it.
No.
But
Right.
Don't do this.
don't do this at home. Okay, so universally, we are disgusted by the KE diet.
Yes.
Yes.
I've yet to come across anybody who's not disgusted
By that idea.
Except
Except
for the
those
girls
3
doing
women that they keep
Right,
showing.
right,
on every
right.
single
Who
news
look
source.
totally beautiful.
They're gorgeous.
By the way, before. I mean, their
Right.
befores are
If
gorgeous.
anything, I find them less attractive with the hose in their nose. Like I'm like
Anybody
I
is
thought you
less
were prettier
attractive.
You're
before.
going out on a limb there, Brittany.
Is this in LA by any chance?
New York,
New
I think.
York.
Yeah,
Surprisingly,
yeah.
I thought it was LA because they do like everything.
They
to lose
probably
weight.
do it in there.
Yeah.
It just happened to be that's where they
Right.
shot the package.
There's so many
Yeah.
people in hospitals right now. They have no idea how hip they are. Like
Right,
they have
with
no
tubes.
idea how cool
Grandma,
they are right
that
now.
oxygen tube is the way to go.
It's the new trend.
All right, we're going to talk about a few things Sahar does on her site, Fat Fighter TV, and it's called What's in Your Food. And she really takes an investigation as to what we're buying and what we're eating and just, examines a few things. The first, What's in Your Food, there's a little video of things that say that fruit are in them, mixes that you buy. Here's Sahar. This was a carrot cake mix that you took a look at.
Yes.
Super moist.
Guess what?
And
There's no carrots in there.
What's the fine print?
There's no.
Oh,
it
you
looks
know,
like there's
it's
orange
like
carrots in there.
Yeah, how'd it get orange?
It's like carrot powder
Carrot powder.
mixed with other things.
Okay, so carrot powder. So how the fruit or not basically is what there's a lot of things out there that'll say fruit bits.
It's basically
Yeah.
like Skittles in there. I think.
Right, what is a
Essentially,
Skittle?
right?
Even-
Like
it's
a
not
I
pie.
don't even
even.
know what a
What do you
Skittle
think?
is.
It's not even Skittles.
Yeah.
It's just like this thing made in a lab, and it's just they use artificial colors, they use artificial flavors, and it's just concocted and made to taste like carrots. It's disgusting. And the thing is all the front of the label is what people go for, and that's what the problem is because that's where they get you. It's
Right.
like easy to make, delicious, moist,
I bought those
carrot.
cake mixes. I know I have.
All the time. Well, and then the other one you saw was a blueberry muffin mix,
Yeah.
which is, by the way, what I make for my kids.
Not from that mix.
I don't think it was the same mix.
Oh please.
I don't
You
think
use
it was.
real
Are they not real blueberries?
The
Oh my
ones I
gosh,
get have a
no.
can of blueberries in them.
I brought no, that's probably okay then.
Okay, not the flake of blueberry.
Yeah, it's all fake.
Blueberry
So
powder.
why?
Were you surprised when you saw?
I was, as much as I've been covering health for over 10 years, but it just still surprises me that this stuff is in the stores
Yeah.
and that people don't realize it, I think is what is really sad.
You grab it because you think carrot cake, as cakes go, is the more healthy cake.
Right.
Cake-wise. All right, another investigation. This one is this chemical. First of all, what's the name of the chemical?
It's BHA.
BHA?
Yes. Butylated hydroxyanisole.
I love
believe is
that.
how you pronounce it.
Sounds good.
Oh my gosh, I wish I could put some of that up my nose.
It's like my grandma made.
Okay, so you actually ordered some of this stuff,
Yes.
and you had to wear gloves. You had to. This is in our food, okay?
What happened was I just wanted to know what some of this stuff looked like. So I
Uh-huh.
ordered it from a biotechnology company, and I got it, and it was in layers and layers of packaging with warning signs saying,
Do not taunt
Exactly.
BHH.
and I was like, oh, surely that they don't mean this because it's in our food. Well, my brother is a scientist, so I called him up and I read him some of the stuff, and he's like, do not open it. So I took it to his lab, as we're seeing in the video here, where they could use the right kind of ventilation to do it. And
They did
so
an underground bunker opening.
So what is this normally in?
it's
Is
a
this
lot
just
of
in
packaged foods to help keep them from going bad. It's to help
my
them have shelf life.
Goodness.
And BHA, is that what we're looking for?
Yeah, and it honestly, it's like they don't use very much in it, which is the big
a
argument. It's
teeny,
like it's just a
tiny
tiny
bit
bit,
of
so it can't
poison.
hurt you
Just a
because
tiny
it's
bit
so
of poison.
diluted. But for me, it's like I don't want that tiny bit, and there have been studies that show that it may cause cancer. You know, it's still being debated, but I just don't want it.
Did you ask any food company? I mean, are the major food companies, is it one of those things that they're looking at?
I don't know that the food companies are looking at it, but the Center for Science and Public Interest has been really trying to rally the FDA to get it out and talk to manufacturers about it. But I mean, it's
So
in
far
there.
enough. It's in there. And if you start looking, I mean, a few years ago, I started looking for high fructose corn syrup. That was my thing. And that was in everything. And now you're
Right.
starting to see ketchup that doesn't have it and sauces that don't. I mean,
Yes.
you can start to see.
Well, I think there's a real movement with food, though. I mean, we just did the meat episode a few
Yeah.
episodes ago. I mean, people are becoming more vocal and more,
Yes.
I think, more taking charge of their
Yeah,
own
and it's
food, which
making
is
a
good.
change.
I mean, so
I
what
don't
you're
want
doing
this.
is
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, it's helping.
Good. And so we'll be looking for that one, the BHA.
Please
that one
do.
is scary.
Right.
The fact that you couldn't open it in your own kitchen
I
and you
know.
needed like it looked like ET, you know, when those white
I
coats
know.
come in for ET. That's what it looks like.
And seriously, I was like, when I was talking to my brother, I was like, really, can I just open it? I mean, what's the big deal? And he's like, no. I mean, it said not to inhale it, and I mean, all kinds of things. So I trusted in him.
That's good. I'm glad, but don't do that ever again. Just accidentally. I'd be like, I won't open it. I would accidentally open it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then the final one is one that is a little less scary, but more effective for Brittany and I. It's how much salt is in soy sauce, Brittany?
I love soy sauce, though.
I know. Okay, so look at here. You're a tablespoon of it. What do you got there?
60 milligrams of sodium, which is half a teaspoon of salt. And for a lot of people, that's about all you can have in an entire day. Most of us can only have 1,500 milligrams of sodium in one day. So you're getting pretty much all of it in that little helping of
Right, and
soy
when I
sauce.
do soy sauce, I'm like,
Well, I mean, if I put it on all my Chinese food, it dilutes it, I think,
right.
Isn't that how science works?
Right. Wait a minute. Where'd you go to school?
So what about low sodium?
Yeah,
Low sodium.
I mean, better low.
Low sodium's a little bit better, but it's still pretty high. And I mean, I think everyone knows that. I mean, everyone knows soy sauce is high in sodium, but I
Right.
just was surprised to find out how high. So definitely the lower sodium ones are a better option, but they are still high too.
Okay, so we did do low sodium when we did the soy sauce thing, and I cannot give up my soy sauce.
I know, I use
Don't
it
give.
a lot.
Yeah, just
Right.
use the low sodium.
I don't drink or smoke, but I gotta have my soy sauce. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Fat Fighter TV. This is your website. What's your mission with FatFighterTV.com?
Well, it all started when I was covering health and fitness at a TV station in Kansas, and I did a lot of stories about the obesity epidemic, and that's kind of how the whole thing started. I just really wanted people to know that it doesn't have to be this way. There are little things you can do. Just small changes every day can make a difference, and that's kind of how the whole thing got started.
When you go to your site, there is tips, there's news, there's just kind of a really nice clearinghouse for your health information, yeah?
Right. I just, people just need to know that just find something you like and do it, and you'll be fine. You don't have to make a dramatic life change all at once, because then you're not going to do it.
Then you're not going to do it. It's a very informative and quick, though. It's not like you're having to read all the studies. It's like, okay, this is what's being said right now, and lead you to the next thing. And you also have weight loss woohoos on there. That's kind of nice.
Yes, I love to do success stories to show off people, just to inspire other people that it can be done. So yeah, we showcase somebody who has lost weight and kept it off. I'm starting to only feature people who've kept it off for a year, just because I think
Well, that's
even speaks more
That's the hard part. Losing is something we mostly can do, but I've lost hundreds of pounds and gained. I mean, that's just, you know, that's because I diet for an occasion as opposed to change my lifestyle.
Yeah, but these people are amazing. I mean, if you read their stories, there's no way they can't inspire you. I mean, what they've been through, how they've lost the weight, and what their philosophy is, and how they're keeping it going through their lives.
And
I love that.
Are you still a Yahoo guru guide, guru lady
Well,
person?
that program ended, but
Okay.
yes, I was. It ended like a couple months ago.
So you can also see some of your work though on Yahoo. If
Yes.
you look at Yahoo Shine, many of the times Sahara is the one that wrote the Diet or Fitness. And Brittany, we're gonna be gone next week because you got some big stuff going, right?
Yep, I will be in New York.
'Cause you're a model now.
I am. I'm doing a fashion catalog in New York.
Nice.
Yeah. Very cool. You can say it if you want. Can you say it or not yet?
I'm working with Land's End, so
So
it'll be
you're
exciting.
looking at the new face of Land's End right here, right in our little show. Isn't that exciting? All right.
Super exciting.
Awesome. When we come back, we're going to have a very tasty BHA-free breakfast, courtesy Sahar. Stay
No
with us.
BHA, I promise.
Ooh.